Hi, and welcome to the NSF Biosketch section of this training. My name is Brahman Gnad. I'm currently a grant specialist. I manage pre- and post-award funding down at Scripps Institution of Oceanography at UCSD. Prior to this, I worked post-award in a central office capacity at San Diego State University Research Foundation. And prior to that, I worked in a pre-award central office position at Sanford Burnham. So to get started, NSF Biosketches are required for senior key personnel on NSF submissions. They're comprised of 5 main sections. We have the professional preparation, which is the senior key members' education. We have their professional appointments, which is their career track. Products or publications, other significant products, and the synergistic activities, all of which can show and demonstrate productivity and background and significance that they can bring in completing the scope of work of the award, something that NSF reviewers are looking at the biosketch to ascertain. So the NSF Biosketch guidelines, they are limited to 2 pages. That's not changing. They are required for anybody considered senior personnel. An example is somebody who's not a senior key personnel. That might be a programmer or a postdoctoral scholar. Sometimes faculty members might ask you to include a postdoctoral fellow scholar researcher. Keep in mind that NSF limits appointments based on their 2/9 rule. UCSD requires us to appoint postdocs for a year. So if we were to apply for funding, they were to receive it, there would be a difference there that would need to be covered by some other mechanism, typically discretionary accounts, which as you probably are aware, most faculty don't like to utilize. So the way around that would be to propose, the full year, write that up in the budget justification, which is an extra step for the faculty member, but something to consider. No personal information is allowed in the 2 pages. Usually you don't see this too often, maybe with foreign collaborators, but no phone numbers, no home addresses, things like that. This last tab here, must use NSF approved format. Well, as of recording this PowerPoint presentation, NSF released their new PAP, the 20-1, so we'll cover those changes here in just a second, and then we'll get into Science CV in a future slide as well. Taking a look at the NSF biographical sketch, a couple of the key pieces that we need to make sure we have, obviously the investigator, their current position, and in section A, the professional preparation, which is essentially their education. We list institution, we list location, we list major or area of study, their degree, and then the list starts with their oldest year of education achieved, right? So Harvard University, Bachelor in Science, 2004 is listed first. Princeton University, the DSc here in biology is listed 2010, that's second. So in order, undergraduate, graduate, postdoc. And then in section B, we have our appointments, and we're gonna list those starting with the current career track position. In our example here in 2014, Dr. Smith started as associate professor at UC Davis. To the right of the dash is blank, indicating a current position. And under that are the listings of the previous career tracks in reverse chronological order. So it's a little bit opposite of how we did professional preparation, but just keep that in mind. The next section, section C, products, used to be called publications, and it can still be comprised of publications up to 5, but it doesn't have to be all publications anymore. As times have evolved, NSF has evolved their definitions with it. Some other examples we can include here are things closely related to the project, such as data sets, software, and things like that. Especially useful for our junior faculty who maybe don't have 5 publications that are closely related to the project. It does help show the depth and the breadth of their background and the work that they're working on. other significant products is a section we're allowed to list up to 5 other items that are not exactly related to the proposed project. So publications in various fields that aren't specific to completing the scope of work of this award, but that do give the NSF reviewers an understanding of the productivity, the activity that this faculty member is involved with. And helps again demonstrate their ability to complete the scope of work proposed on this proposal. Next up is synergistic activities. So up to 5 examples of things that have broader impact in the individual's career are able to be listed here, no more than 5. And in this specific example here in section D, we're listing membership in a committee. We're listing effort as an organizer, as a co-organizer actually of a biology workshop. And thirdly, service as an NIH peer reviewer. So this is sort of the big news. I'm happy to go over this with everybody. So new federal requirements, right? Starting June 1st, NSF has given us 2 options, 2 NSF approved options for the biographical sketch. One is going to be Science CV, which is available now. Science CV, this is a partnership with NIH, and it I believe stands for Science Experts Network Curriculum Vitae. So this will be an NSF approved system where we'll access the system, we'll log in, we'll create a document, we'll fill everything out, we'll create this document. We'll be able to then download and save a compliant PDF version of the biographical sketch for use as part of the proposal submission process to be uploaded in Fastlane, research.gov, or grants.gov. That's one option, one of the 2 available options. The second available option will be an NSF fillable PDF, which is also available now. So proposals will be able to download the PDF, complete it, and then upload it. And this will go in as part of the proposal through Fastlane, research.gov, or grants.gov. According to what we know at this point, these will be the only 2 acceptable formats. So in the FAQs, people had asked if they could create a Word document, convert it to a PDF, upload it, submit, and the response from the NSF was no, that wouldn't pass validation. So please try to adhere to either using Science CV or the NSF fillable PDF. Okay, so we just talked about this. To the right, there's an example of what that fillable PDF would look like. You can tell with the blue shaded fields. You're going to go in and key in the information. All right, cool. This brings us to our segue to ORCID ID and Science CV. I hope you found this helpful, and I look forward to answering any of your questions. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.